and we have made an hotel management system. This is an application that basically eases things up, like online booking and registering a room service, ordering a room service, scheduling the employees, setting the price for the season, and all this stuff like that. So now let's get to the app. As you can see, I have logged in as a manager. What manager will do is he can set prices for the season, like he can enter the start date and end date, and the prices for the rooms will be set as per the values he enters. He can schedule the employees that fall under him, like front desk staff and supervisors. He can change the details of the front desk staff and supervisors if they tell him to. Let's start with setting the prices for the season. Let's say the start date is 24th November and the end date is 30th. Let's enter the prices for the rooms. Okay, so the prices here are on daily basis. Like for one day, it's 100 rupees, $100 or anything like that. The discount here is per the policy of the hotel. There's like occasional discounts if they want to offer. So we can set directly from here. Okay, so as you see, the prices are set in the database. Now the manager can also add an employee if you wish to. Let's proceed with that. He has two options. He can either add a front desk staff or add a supervisor. Let's proceed with adding a front desk staff. Let's say his name is FDS new. His password to access the app is FDS123. And of course the phone number. So as you can see, the staff has been added, and now the manager can send the shift to him, and the shift details will be sent to him via text messaging services. He can also change the details of the employees, like if the employee wants to change the numbers that has been registered to the database, he can change. So let's see if the messages services are working. I've entered the number, I've entered this phone number, and let's see if the message arrives when we schedule this shift 3 for this employee. So as you can see, this sort of message will tell the supervisor or the employee that your shift for tomorrow is 3 or 2 or 1. Also you can modify his details like change password and stuff like that. Standard stuff. Okay, so as you can see, guest is the option of booking a room, ordering a service, and many other like checkout and stuff like that. So let's enter a check-in date and the checkout date. Suppose there are two guests and they want two single rooms. The system is checking the availability of the rooms, and here's the total amount that is required for 24th November to 30th at a rate of single rooms. Let's proceed to book. As you can see, these are details of booking ID. Okay, so the payment has been done, and now we are ready to order a service. Let's say we order for room number 2, which is single. Let's say we are giving 2 shirts for the laundry, and yeah, of course 2 jeans for the laundry. So there's a log. Now for room 1, let's order some food. Let's say 2 burgers and 2 sandwiches. Now let's see what happens when we check out. As you can see, the details of the service that we just ordered are mentioned here. For room ID 2, we ordered a laundry service including 2 shirts and 2 jeans, that is totaled amount to 70 rupees. And same for single room, we have ordered the food service, and which is total amount to 200 rupees, and the total bill amount is 270. Also, the guest can send a feedback to the manager regarding any of the services. And as you can see, the feedback will be sent to manager is to the manager's Gmail ID. Now let's check what the front desk staff can do. So basically, the task of front desk staff is to entertain the offline booking. Suppose a guest comes at the counter and orders the booking, so the FTS can handle it. Let's say he enters the check-in date as 24th November and the checkout date same is 30th. He will now need to enter the name of the guest. Let's just enter guest new, his email ID, of course his phone number, and the number of people. Let's say he wants 2 single rooms. The system is checking the availability. As you can see, there's the total amount displayed, and he can proceed to book the room. Now as you can see, the password has been sent to the guest, so he can now log into the guest account and access the room services and stuff like that. Of course, he needs to proceed to the payment, and yeah, same way as he does in the guest portal. FDS can also modify his details, like change username. He can modify his username. He can modify his password to anything and stuff like that. As you can see, we are logged in and we can see the supervisor dashboard. We are logged in the supervisor. The supervisor can mainly do 3 things. He can register the service which the guest requires or the guest orders. He can set the schedule of the employees that fall under him. Also, he can manage the details of the employees. Also, he can add the employee via this floating action button. Let's proceed with adding an employee. This is the password that the employee will use to access the app. Of course, this is phone number. Now, as you can see, the staff employee new has been added. Now we can send the shift schedule to the staff. And the staff will get a text SMS regarding that shift 1 is scheduled for you. He can manage the details of any employees. He can change the number of the employees. Suppose an employee requests the supervisor to change the number that he's using, so he can do that. He can of course change his username and stuff like that. Also, he can also modify his own credentials, like he can change his username and stuff. And he can entertain any of the services that is requested by the guest. In the same way, the guest can order the service.